Hey everyone, and welcome to the after show for episode 29.
Episode 29 of Intergalactic Insider, of course.
Of course.
If you thought this week's episode was wild,
Just wait.
we're taking things even deeper.
And if you haven't already seen episode 29,
Yeah, go watch it.
pause this. Seriously, right now,
Don't even.
go watch it.
You don't want to miss this one.
You do not want to miss it.
Immortality upgrades.
Parallel universe.
Pandemics.
Telepathic labor rights.
It's got everything.
And it's not just even the topics themselves.
Yeah.
It's how they present them.
It's so good.
The humor, the visuals.
Mhm.
It blends this hard science fiction with like these deep philosophical questions.
Yes.
It's like a masterpiece.
It is a masterpiece of intergalactic insider storytelling.
Yeah.
I completely agree.
Okay, so
Okay, so for those of you who have seen it,
let's jump in.
let's jump right into it.
Immortality Inc.
They're back.
They're back. And this time,
This time they're offering consciousness transfer.
consciousness transfer.
Yeah. Remember Oblivion Inc? That whole scandal.
From episode 11.
Episode 11.
Yeah.
Well, Immortality Inc. is saying that things are different now.
They're really trying to emphasize like
Ethics.
the ethical considerations.
Yeah.
Like they're talking about consciousness, body shaming, and memory storage limits.
Like, how much can you really keep?
Right. And Ethics Commissioner Valara Tezen even made an appearance.
Yeah. She doesn't mess around.
And you know she doesn't mess around.
No.
Oh.
And then they even had this funny anecdote about the first successful transfer subject.
Yeah.
The subject was complaining about a lack of cup holders in their new digital body.
Like, of course, even in digital form.
Right.
We humans have our priorities.
Exactly.
It made me think, like, imagine choosing which memories to keep.
Oh.
Like, would you trade in, calculus
Really?
to make room for those embarrassing memories of your exes?
I don't know about that.
I don't know.
The episode actually showed us a little bit of the memory compression settings interface.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a whole barter system.
Really?
For memories, you can swap out mundane memories for, like, preloaded skill sets.
So you could, like, download a language.
Yes.
Or become a master chef just by, like, sacrificing a few awkward childhood memories?
Exactly.
Wow.
That's amazing.
That's amazing and kind of terrifying.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it really raises questions about, like,
Yeah.
what happens to our identity
Right.
when we're manipulating our memories like that.
Are we still even the same person?
Yeah.
And the episode really did not shy away from those tough questions at all.
No, they didn't.
Like, remember Zelia, the android philosopher?
Oh, yeah.
She was basically asking, are we preserving ourselves or are we creating these digital copies that just think that they're us?
That's deep.
It's a really, really good question.
It is. And speaking of head scratchers,
Okay.
let's move on to the parallel universe pandemic.
Okay.
Quantum quarantine. A parallel universe pandemic threatens multiverse.
That just sounds like a sci-fi thriller.
I know, right?
But this is real.
This is really happening.
This is happening.
It's not your average flu outbreak.
No.
We're talking about a virus that exists in multiple states,
At the same time.
simultaneously spreading across dimensions.
And the symptoms are...
Don't even get me started.
I know.
Dimensional drift, anyone.
Oh, no.
Imagine waking up in a universe where pineapple on pizza is mandatory.
What?
Apparently that's Universe 47B.
No, not Universe 47B.
And it's quarantined.
I know.
For reasons totally unrelated to the pandemic.
Okay, well, that's good at least.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
but look, I get it. It's frustrating.
Yeah.
But on a serious note,
Yeah.
trying to contain a virus that doesn't technically exist until you observe it,
Right.
that's a logistical nightmare.
It is a logistical nightmare.
It is.
The episode showed the Interdimensional Health Organization really struggling to enforce quarantine measures. People are trying to smuggle themselves into realities where Monday doesn't exist.
I mean,
And there are protests against quantum mask mandates.
it's chaos.
It's chaos.
Yeah, it is.
And like the best part is the solution they came up with is,
Wash your hands in all possible timelines.
I love it.
I mean, it's so simple,
It is so simple,
but also mind-boggling.
but also mind-boggling.
When you really think about it.
I can't help but laugh.
Right.
It's so absurd.
It is.
And then there's the new dimensional reset therapy treatment,
Oh, yeah.
where they're sending patients to a reality where all movies end the way you want them to.
It's like escapism.
It's interdimensional escapism.
Oh, if it helps people.
If it helps people
To cope with the stress.
of a multiversal pandemic,
Exactly.
who are we to judge?
So we've got digital immortality,
Uh-huh.
interdimensional viruses.
Yes.
What else could they possibly throw at us?
Oh, yeah. Telepathic labor rights.
Oh, this segment was good.
It really hit home.
Yeah.
Like in a world where telepathy is commonplace,
Right.
the episode explored the ethical implications of thought labor.
Like, should we be compensated for our thoughts?
Exactly.
Mm.
And what happens when your mind becomes your workplace?
It presented this fascinating case study
Oh, yeah.
about a telepath walking past a physicist and picking up a formula
Oh, wow.
for a zero-calorie quantum cake.
Zero-calorie quantum cake.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Now I want cake.
Focus.
Okay, you're right.
This is serious.
This is serious stuff.
The Telepaths Union filed a lawsuit
Yeah.
arguing that our minds are both our offices and our equipment.
Like carpal tunnel for the mind.
Exactly.
If your job requires you to use your telepathic abilities, shouldn't you be protected
Absolutely.
from mental strain and exploitation?
Absolutely. And the episode didn't just present the problem.
Yeah.
It offered some solutions.
Okay.
The Galactic Labor Board is working on new guidelines,
Uh-huh.
including mental hazmat suits
Ooh.
for, like, tax season thoughts.
I can't even imagine
Yeah.
what a mental hazmat suit would look like. But I'm sure it'd be fabulous.
I'm sure.
I'm sure it'd be fabulous.
I'm sure. The real kicker is the privacy part.
All right.
The episode showed this tech company harvesting daydreams to train their entertainment platform.
That's creepy.
Yeah, like what else are they taking?
Exactly. Are our thoughts even safe anymore?
Right.
Is nothing sacred?
Well, Thought Corp says they have a solution.
Yep.
Their Think Block technology.
Think block.
But it's not looking so good.
Yeah, based on what we saw in the episode, it seemed about as effective as a screen door on a spaceship.
I know, 60% failure rate.
Yeah, and the side effects like turning board meetings into karaoke session.
Oh my goodness.
I'll just stick with my tinfoil hat. Thank you very much.
Yeah, maybe low tech is the way to go. But
Right.
jokes aside,
Yeah.
this segment really made me think about the future of work.
Yeah.
Especially as we rely more and more on telepathy.
It's like the episode was saying, wake up. We need to start talking about this now, before it's too late.
Before we create this dystopia
Yes.
where our thoughts aren't even our own.
And no one wants to live in a world where their boss can read their mind,
Especially during tax season.
especially during tax season.
Speaking of things best left on red,
Okay.
let's move on to something lighter.
Okay.
The Celestial Classifieds.
Oh, yes. Always a fan favorite.
Always.
This week did not disappoint.
Not at all.
Used black holes, quantum cats, timeshare condos that only exist on Tuesdays.
It's like, no matter how advanced we get,
Yeah.
people will always try to sell their weird stuff.
That is so true.
Yep.
It's fascinating to me how the celestial classifieds reflect this blend of the mundane and the extraordinary.
That's right.
Like we've got ads for used spaceships right next to pocket universes.
Yeah, exactly.
And don't forget the missed connections.
Oh, the missed connection.
Where else can you find a Time Lord seeking companionship with a shared passion for paradoxes
I love it.
and long walks through alternate dimensions?
That was a good one.
It was a good one, but it also shows the importance of being careful in the interdimensional dating scene.
Right.
You never know who's really on the other side of that quantum dating app.
Remember that story a few cycles back about the guy who met a siren,
Oh, yeah.
but it turned out to be space slugs?
Oh, that was so awkward.
And probably not good for your health.
Right. Always do your research, folks.
Yes, which brings us to another point.
Okay.
Consumer protection.
Yes.
The Celestial Classifieds are fun,
Uh-huh.
but they're also full of scams.
Yeah. Thankfully, the episode gave us some tips on how to avoid becoming a victim.
The SAFE protocol.
Yes. Scan, verify, don't pay with exposure. A
Exactly.
must-read for any aspiring intergalactic shopper.
And remember, if it sounds too good to be true,
It probably is.
especially when it involves genuine antimatter.
Or a time machine disguised as a slightly precognitive vehicle.
Those are getting more elaborate.
They are. But hey, at least we can always count on Comet Channing for some reliable cosmic weather.
As long as Zephyr stays away from celestial objects.
Speaking of Zephyr,
Oh, no.
did you see his latest mishap?
What do you do now?
He was reporting on the weather in New York,
Mm-hmm.
but he got distracted by space whales
Go, Zephyr.
and ended up joining their synchronized swimming routine.
Oh, my goodness.
It was like he accidentally stumbled into an intergalactic ballet.
I mean, that's the charm of the show, right?
Yes, you never know what you're going to see.
Exactly.
What unexpected delights.
A constant reminder that even in the vastness of the multiverse, there's always room for surprise.
Yeah,
Wonder.
and a touch of the absurd.
Always a touch of the absurd.
It makes you realize that even with all these crazy advancements,
Mm-hmm.
we humans are still driven by the same basic desires.
Yeah.
Love connection, a good deal on a slightly used black hole.
Some things never change, and that's what makes this episode so relatable.
I know, right?
Even though it's set in space.
Yeah, it's still about the human experience.
Exactly, just on a multiversal scale.
Exactly. And speaking of relatable, who hasn't daydreamed about owning their own star?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the buy your own star ads, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
But who knew they were sending people to diving school?
It's such a smart idea.
It is.
They tap into this human desire, and then they give you something completely different.
Yeah, but still kind of cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe that's the key to the universe.
It is.
Or maybe it's just a fun way to spend an afternoon.
Either way, it's a good reminder that sometimes those big discoveries come from the most unexpected places.
And that's what Intergalactic Insider does so well.
I know, right?
It takes us on this journey.
Through the multiverse.
Yeah. Exposes us to new ideas.
Challenges everything we think we know.
And it expands our understanding of what it means to be human.
Exactly.
So to all our fellow Intergalactic Insiders out there, if you haven't seen episode 29 yet,
do it.
Do yourselves a favor and go check it out.
It's so good.
It's wild. It's hilarious.
Thought-provoked.
And you won't want to miss it.
Yeah, we guarantee you'll have more questions than answers.
But isn't that the beauty of it all?
Exactly. It's about the journey, not the destination.
And who knows? Maybe you'll be inspired to start your own interdimensional adventure.
Just remember to pack your quantum mask, your sense of humor,
of course,
and an open mind.
Because in the multiverse, anything is possible.
Anything.
This is the Intergalactic Insider crew signing off.
See you next cycle
For another deep dive.